Good evening and welcome to another edition of African Americans and Africans, the show that gets you to think about what's going on with us right here in America and for us to start looking at things for our benefit, not nobody else's. Now, I know there'll be some of you who'll be like, you gotta include everybody. Nobody includes you, yet you want to include everybody and do whatever with everybody. And everybody's ignoring you. There's something going around the net that says sisters buy their hair from Asian women. What do Asian women buy from sisters? What do Asian men buy from indigenous men over here? Nobody messes with you like that. Yet, you always want to be in everybody's mouth. This is the African American. Somebody can prove me wrong. Please do. Please do. So what you're having going on in America now is damn near every country is represented here. Now, I know the Negroes say, oh, that's what Jesus would want. And it's funny, we never asked, why are these people packing up and leaving their homes? Robe C, brother, you welcome. Enlightened Soul, how you doing? Finding Self, how you doing? Lloyd, what's up, man? Copper Color Lifestyle. Copper Color Lifestyle. You know, that's like some kind of program, like a TV show or something where you just go around the country to places we don't never go. Like you go to Montana or Idaho, you know, places like that where there's a lot of hidden gems there. We just don't know about it because, of course, we don't know this is our home. So as I was saying, all of these people are coming over here and looking at you like you lost. Because really, that's what we look like. We got one foot in Africa. We got one foot in Hebrewville. We got another foot with the Moors. You know, we just all broken up. So one night we're going to do, I'm going to need you guys' help on this one. We're going to count how many different ideologies do we follow. Veronica, how you doing, love? William Robertson, Enlightened Soul. So we're going to do that one day. It's like me and one of my homeboys just joking around. And we were like, you know, as far as the arts go, the films is like which how a lot of artists pass through the films, movies and stuff. And so I asked him, I said, well, how come there's so many basketball movies? And he thought about it and he like, damn, dude, I never looked at it like that. He said, how many of you think it is? I said, let's count. We counted and it was 50 basketball movies. That right there should tell you that you're not here to be entertained. They don't entertain you. You're here to be made an ass of, right or wrong. You call what they're playing today for your children music. What if that kind of music was played for you? Enlightened Soul says, see, and this is what I like. People who think about what they're not being told. Because all this bullshit that's going on, y'all, you ain't got to listen to it. Aren't we here on the planet like everybody else? Don't we have the ability, the rights and everything else to do something that's beneficial for us? I mean, don't we? Isn't that our job? To be on this planet and represent however we got here, that life force that got us here. You want to find it, mom and daddy. Just go ask mom and daddy, they'll tell you. If they don't tell you, they're assholes. They're losers. How don't you let the children know that's on this planet what it's going through, enlighten them on what to do, how to stay viable on this planet? The Negro doesn't do that. The Negro tells his children, listen, you go integrate with anybody. And when they tell your ass to smile, teeth, nigga, teeth. That's how you're trained. I don't care what college you go to, whatever, you're being trained to be them because you can't open up your own college and you have it. And don't give me that. See, that's the whole thing about the Black university. All the authors of the white books and the schools are white. He tells you what to teach yourself. You don't teach yourself because you would have taught your children to, hey, go back to the places where your mothers and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers and great-great-grandmothers, places we ran away from trying to get here. See, the Black universities would be teaching all these students that come through to go back on all that land you got ran off of in the 40s, in the 30s. You bad now. How come you ain't going back to get your shit? How come the African American is not going back to get the land his mother and father and grandmother and grandfathers were ran off of? How come that hasn't happened with all this education you got? How come you haven't did it? And Find and Self said it. Shuck and jive. Shucking and jiving. That's the new name. Can't call them coons no more. Shuck and jive. Shuck and jive. You see your people are being gentrified out of these cities. I don't know where many of you are at, but I'm from Los Angeles, California. All them shines that tell you LA is the place, it ain't. Negroes are being skull drugged daily, and they love it. They want, if you ask them they should do something else, then scratch your eyeballs out. You're in a city where the infrastructure is whack. In LA, and for those of you who know about the place, my Acromac homegirl finally got in.
Finally, yes. Hello.
Oh, so we were just. Oh, let me just.
Or I should say, Kayuk.
You said what?
Kayuk.
What? Tell us what that means.
That means hello, Acromac style.
Ooh, Kayuk.
Kayuk.
So we were just talking about how we look with what's going on in the world as a people, how we look in all these cities, just being holed out, and we don't have enough sense to go to the land of our foremothers and forefathers.
I was talking to two European folks on Clubhouse last night, and they were like, shoot, I don't know how people living in those cities. They're dirty, they're nasty, polluted, the food's bad. Like, why are people all want to be all huddled up in those cities? They don't understand it. I was like, you're right.
And the cool part about being, in the South and knowing who you are, and this is the cool part for me. When you get detailed on looking at your people and looking for your people, you find out where they're from. You'll find that there's natural resources where some of you came from. Excuse me. There's natural resources.
That's right.
All kind of stuff. You just don't recognize it. You don't even recognize the plants
Right.
where you from.
Right.
So that's what's going on now. This is why they ran you out of Mississippi. This is why they ran you out of Alabama. You weren't taking the natural resources and, squandering them.
Right.
You was living. You was finding other things. Those minerals are what charged you up. Those
Right.
minerals. Oh, so let's say you took a river ride
Mm-hmm.
down to Mississippi.
Right.
You can tell a girl in Mississippi what you got in Alabama. And she may not have that where she is. She may have something else just as valuable, something else just as important.
Right.
Oh, well, we got this road that nothing can roll down it. Everything rolls up. And so, it's like a sister today. You lying, you bullshit. Come and see. And she comes see it, that's how relationships were made. That's how people came together and invented things. But you don't do it today because you don't know where you go over to Africa. And what kind of minerals they give you over there? When you go to Africa and tell them you home, what kind of minerals you get?
You know what was cold? There was a brother on Clubhouse like this week from I don't know. I think it was from Ghana. I might be just picking a random, a place that normally comes up, but it might have been somewhere else. But he was talking about the fact that when he came to America, he visited, I think, once, and he said, could not believe the difference in the plants, everything, the trees, the animals, everything looked different to me. He said, I didn't recognize anything from home. He said the squirrels, it was like I've never seen squirrels before. That's our food. We eat squirrel. You know what I mean? And he's never seen squirrel. Imagine that. And so that was his response. Everything was so strange, so foreign, so out of from what he's used to. Nothing that he would even recognize as a food was there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you're expecting a person that is that foreign to be able to not only know what the resources are, but actually seize those resources and actually produce usable things, goods, food, products, everything from these resources. No, baby, come on now. So we have to understand, it's in our DNA to understand what's here. We are in sync with this land. We are in sync with these animals. We are in sync with the trees and the bees and everything, right? We just got to reconnect ourselves. It's like crack. We're addicted to this stuff. This stuff is killing us. It's really killing us. Literally, cancer is not natural. It's not natural for us to be all dying of cancer and getting everybody gets the same cancer and they getting it. They ain't never smoked. How you getting lung cancer and you ain't never smoked? Things like that.
Right.
That's the kind of thing that's happening today. People are getting lung cancer and they never smoked.
Never smoked.
They're trying to kill you, that they're putting all these things in our water. That's why they took our well water. There's well water all over the place.
All over the place.
I remember when they made us stop using our spring water we had in New Jersey. They stopped letting us use our spring water, and we had to go hook up to the county. What in the world? How you gonna make somebody use their good water and they're going drink your nasty recycled ass water? See, that's what they do. That's how the Europeans look at things. They don't look at things in a normal fashion. They don't look at things what works with nature, what is going to be renewed.
Right.
They look at what can they profit off of? How can they get the most out of the least? How can they, it's crazy.
I want to show you something. This is we talked about this earlier. You and I talked about this earlier. A way to mobilize the people, and I just want to share something, and I want to share with the audience, and tell me what you think it is. We were saying, how do we unite our people? How do we? It's obvious. It's obvious to me. And I'm sure it is to you too, Lise. But we were talking about this earlier, and I just want to share it with the crowd and see what they think about this. And see, and just a one if you think it's a good idea. Two, if it's a good idea, one. If you don't think it's cool, two. Because I want to get, because you guys are my conversation. I really don't talk to nobody else during the week. I don't really have the social life. You guys are it. Or we can, share ideas where everybody don't think my idea is crazy or I'm the devil's son or whatever. But I want to share this with you guys and tell me what you think. Share. Mm-hmm. You see it? Can you see it, Elise?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
when you showed me it the other day, we had me look it up the other day. I was like, yeah, man. And you know what? There's very few of those still around because they've hidden a lot of our original seals of all the states and counties.
well, I don't. Yeah, they are. They are. They're hiding them, erasing them. So if you guys, okay, so let me explain. Let me explain something. Earlier today, Lisa and I were talking about, well, there has to be a way to let the people see that, damn, we the same people. And we can stop killing each other. We can stop arguing. I mean, they got millionaires. They got millionaire acting like little hoes, fussing and fighting over some bullshit while we getting our asses whooped. And everybody loves them. Everybody loves them. So here's the idea. This is the idea. So you see this seal from Wayne County. Wayne County, Michigan. This is 1796. Who's the guy on the right? Who was that on the right? Now, in a minute, I'm gonna show you another piece. Now, this is Michigan. Now, you ever hear the King Philip War? This is probably a descendant of King Philip, right? Would you say, Lisa? Would you say? These are the images that you're gonna have to go back to and look through your states and find the images like this. Because when you look at these images like that, like this brother standing right here on this, like this brother you see standing to the right, he looks like somebody you know. He looks like somebody you know, right? Right?
You got it.
I mean, so this is the idea Lisa and I had. When you're doing your genealogy, when you're looking for your folks, look and see where they came from, because they came from places like this. They came from places like this. I mean, if you just go back, to the dollars, who do those people look like on the money? Who are those people on the money? That's you. And I don't care where you are. That was in Michigan. It can be in Montana. It can be in Idaho. That's why get that book, Confederate Currency, The Color of Money. You're all on the money in the 1800s. So my question always to people is, who put slaves on money? That's dumb. Who put slaves on money? Yeah, we got to answer that question. Who put slaves on? Who put slaves on money? And this is the kind of stuff we're gonna have to use as we start representing ourselves in the world. Stop letting these foreigners come over here and dog you like they dogging you now. We look stupid. I don't care what kind of wig you got on, if your baseball cap is cocked one way, that don't matter. You being made an ass out of in your own home. You must be embarrassed. You have to be embarrassed. And trying to act like it ain't you. Like you act like you don't know what's going on. So this is Michigan. This is Fort Wayne, Michigan. Okay. This what I'm about to share now. Sorry, I'm not as computer savvy as most. I mean,
you're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay, here we go right here. So remember the Wayne County. Okay, so this is from a book called Confederate Currency, The Color of Money. This is Selma, Marion, and Memphis. Everybody knows what kind of towns those are. This connects you. You're on the money. But that ain't me. That you ain't that. I'm from Africa. And the sister just told you Africans are coming over here saying, what the hell is this? You are different people because you created on the other side of the world. If you were them, you would be born with them. That's what makes you different. And that's why they're over here trying to get your shit. And you just let them, okay, it's for we are the world. We are the children. That's you. Right? And when I say that's you, don't get all buttered. If it's 50.1%, that's too many. Because it's always going to tip in the scale is always going to tip in their favor. You cannot want what the people who dog your ass out every day. You can't want what they want. If they want you gone, that's one thing. But if you want yourself gone, they save their energy and get you to do it. And that's on all fronts, especially this new social thing that we into now. I mean, what's that? What's that? Here you on the money. This is your industry too. See, the cotton industry was your industry. You did that. They didn't bring that with them when they came. That's yours. But no, I helped build the pyramid. My ancestors helped build the pyramids. Which ones? The ones in Central America? No, over in Egypt. And when you ask them to explain, they tell you the dumbest shit you've ever heard in your life. Like this dollar, this is all Fuda. I mean, and there's other There's other paintings. Uh, Sister got some stuff from Johnson and Johnson, the cotton company. I mean, this is when they first started. Guess who? Guess who on the plantation clowning? Clowning. You weren't a slave. That was your industry. Tobacco was your industry. Cotton, watermelon. About watermelon, legend has it, sisters created that stuff as a dessert for the children in the summer. This is the kind of stuff you used to do. I ask people about their grandmothers and great grandmas and what are some of the things that their great grandmas did for their grandmothers when they got sick. They all, and this is how you find out that you're connected to the land, they all say the same shit. They made their medicine. Do we do that today? Are the school or the prestigious the prestigious colleges, are they doing that today? You will let somebody named Fauci and Gates violate you and have the nerve to be mad when it's brought up, when this is what's happening. Then you just have Spike Lee come on and tell your children, you better get that shot. And you really do the right thing the next night. That's what we do. Do not, if you're a part of America, and I know many of you got your heart set on Africa, and good luck. But those of you who know this is your home, you better start acting like it. You better start acting like it. And I don't mean that, you know how we get, no communication skills at all. It's not, no, just do it. You just let these people know, because they already know. They just hoping you don't wake up. And that's what we're here to make sure that doesn't happen. So what do you think, Lisa?
Well, I think that people need to get busy and start making some plans. It's very entertaining. It's all good to be indigenous and do the research, and be able to tell people about it. Yeah, that's good. That's nice. You know the history, got a full understanding. That's good. But meanwhile, they are slaying us. So my thought is, if you know who you are, stop wasting time. We don't have time to waste, quite honestly. They're trying all kinds of desperate measures, and we're trying to look at our third grandmother's line, and we need to be working on one of the first lines we got. Just you people are get hung up on it. It's like I'll tell people, oh yeah, I know you're this, or they know that they're pamunky, but they want to work on that other line. What kind of silver lining are you looking for? We don't have time to do this like I did 30 years ago as a hobby. You can't make It doesn't make sense to make being indigenous a hobby, because what they're doing is they have got us in a situation where the entire planet is like zombies, and being and fixing, actually already under control, because we're already controlled. We let them tell us pretty much to take a jab in the arm, to walk around with the daggone a jock strap on our face. We do that. So we're already controlled. What we need to do is get out of that. We need to free ourselves. And can it be done? Yes, it can. What I would like the chat to do is that we don't actually organize, right? I want the chat to work tonight, if it's okay with you, Carrie.
What? Hey, I'm over here laughing at the jaw strap joke. So yeah, it's cool with me.
I want them to work. I want them to put up names of actual people who have organized themselves into a nation, a kingdom, a people. Okay? I want you to put up, who do you think, who's got some stuff going on? Who, put up names of people who you think have stuff going on? Because what we need to do is bring those people together. And we need to create an umbrella of protection for everyone. Enough with the dumb stuff. Let's just make up the rules, okay? Because that's what we do. We make up our own rules, right? And when you make up all your own rules, you have to be like, look, if you can find a great grandparent that's in the 1830s, 1850s, and they're Negro, 1830s Negro, okay, that's indigenous, okay? So stop getting crazy because you can't make it to the 17s and then you can't make it to the 16s. We don't have time to be creeping back into antiquity. We really don't. We have to make rules that are reasonable and fair so people and obtainable, because several states weren't even organized in the 18, they didn't organize into like places, counties were not in existence until 1850s, 1860s. So making rules like that don't make sense. It doesn't make sense that if you have to make rules that actually are going to work for us and going to help us get to a point where everybody can stop looking and looking and looking, find a grandparent, find an identity, and let's just fall under an umbrella. Like, okay, instead of everybody looking and looking and looking and trying to find their, I'm a pamunky. Pamunkies don't want you. They're not gonna admit you. I'm a Saponi. They're not. Did they take you? What are they good? What are the Saponis doing? You have to find somebody who's actually going to be, first of all, and are they protective? They're not even protecting their own people. Okay, so you have to think about that too. So organizing as an indigenous person, you want to be able to get the benefits that we should have as those indigenous people who have had our identity changed. We've been bamboozled, led astray, run them up, as the trader says.
And
So
the reason they did it is because they could, because we made deals and we got jobs and all kind of stuff. So this is what they're gonna be throwing at you. But now they have all these foreigners to deal with, and you see how you being treated. And so I'm with you on that, Lisa.
so basically what I'm saying is that this is what needs to happen. We need to try to find actual things, actual factual things that we can, that are obtainable. We need a core group of people that can kind of like spearhead and come together, and we need real people and real names so we can start having like a base of folks. There may be people, there are people that are organizing in different little areas in Georgia and in Alabama and in Mississippi and then New Jersey. We need to start a collection of names so we can actively start getting people together. That needs to be the goal. We need to start getting people together. We need to start like making a way for people to be protected. That should be the goal, you know. It
Yeah.
makes no sense to do all this talking and not do anything done. So you're now you're indigenous. What is that doing for you? How is that helping you? How do you self-identify? How do you change your life? How do you change the life for your kids? How does that happen? There is no mechanism, y'all. The mechanism needs to be created. And the time is now. What are they putting in the chat? They got anything?
Robe C said, serious question for the host in the chat. Would it be more practical for us to organize under a single nation or get with our own respective tribes?
What did I just say? I don't understand. Anyway, no, what I said is this is the thing. Your nation may not want you. If you're a Pamunkey, they don't want you. Am I being heard? If your nation may not want you, they may not be enrolling, and even if they're enrolling, they may not be have any kind of protective status because most of these Native American tribes don't have a protective status. So what are you enrolling to? I'm trying. Can I get somebody? Does anybody know of any names of people that they feel are doing some respectable, actual, real work of organizing people out in this land? That's what I want in the chat. That's what I'm looking for. Is anybody doing any academic work like they're actually organizing a real indigenous group of people? Has anybody got names of other peoples in the chat that are actually doing something out there in the world that we need to probably have on a summit to come together and actually organize something so that if let's say who just made a comment, I don't remember, whoever just made a comment, let's say
No, he was
what
just
you
asking.
saying? Robe C. I don't know what he said. He posted. Oh, long before you start speaking, though. Oh, he
Yeah.
said, "Oh, Robe C." He say, "Okay, sorry, Robe C." But anyway, basically, Robe C. This is the thing. Uh, let's say you've done your little bit of genealogy or whatever. I don't know what you've done, but let's say you know your grandmother on your mama's side. She said she was Cherokee, and she comes from Kentucky. And you got to the 1800s, and you're stuck in somewhere in the 1800s. But then you act like you can't do nothing, but you can because you know where she lived in the 1800s. You know what her name was, and you know that she was Negro, and you know then you need to just find out what people are there. But what we really need to say is that's enough for us to have you be under the umbrella of the Kentucky. What I don't even know. We might have to change the states and change the boundaries of things. But anyway, we need to start looking at each things a little more globally and trying to come together. But we need real people that are willing to do real work. Is anybody willing to do real work? Because let me tell you something. If we're going to take it from talking to doing, we need people that are going to do. So who's going to do? Yeah, Tavis Sanders and his mother, yeah, they have been doing the work and self-identify. Yeah, they did. Right, they have, and I'm in communication with Tavis. That's true, and they're kind of organized as urban Indians, so that's a little different too, interesting. But yeah, that's good. Thank you for that name. That's good. So definitely, that's somebody that I would have on. Who else? Anybody got any other names they want to throw out there? Because what is important is that it have you. Who are you hearing about? Because that might be your impression might be somebody else that we haven't considered. So getting some of that. What else you say? One of your comments got blocked. Internet gathering some of my people to work on some. I just started a business with the inner intent to gather some of my people
I,
to
I
work on
think
some
I think
things.
what one thing that Lisa's trying to say is the organizing. We have to have that. So let's say if we were going to build prefabric prefabricated houses,
No,
so,
no, I'm not really talking about that
no,
because
no, no.
we have to get before we can even build something and start a business and do it. You have to get yourself out of your identity of being who you are. You have to protect yourself from this government. You got to be able to say, look, you're not gonna inoculate my babies if you don't want them inoculated. We got to be able to do that for each other. If we can't do that for each other, what's the point of building a daggone solar panel? You know what I'm saying? And we got to be able to just be able to live and say, okay, you know what? They're not going to take the guns from us. You're not going to do this. We need to be able to have a voice to be able to do basic protective stuff. Just basically keep ourselves protected, have certain rights respected. Keep ourselves, then that's it. Keep ourselves protected. Have I don't know if anybody can understand that. Seems very plain and simple to me. Keep ourselves protected. Have basic rights protected as a people. How do you do that? You got to organize. You got to get yourselves together, and you
So,
have to work. It takes a lot of paperwork. It takes a lot of follow up. That's what kind of work it would be. It's about reclassifying yourself. That's what it would take, and it takes people who wants to put in the time and the work. What is it? BIA at Gov? BIA. The BIA, you're talking about the BIA, Rob. You might need to go back to the top to the beginning. The BIA is a government entity that's oppressive. What do you mean? I don't know. Talk to him. I don't know. Research the militia districts. What are you talking about? What is Kenneth talking about? The militia districts. There are a lot of these people think that they're part African. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm speaking to the wrong audience if they think that. What's the American heiress has started trying to get to, and who's the American heiress? Who's that? What? I just lost it. Anyway, give me some more details. American heiress. Do you know anything about the American heiress?
yeah, it's Arabs who become Americanized. You know how?
No, no, no. She's saying American heiress, heiress, like heir, like an heir.
Yeah, well, we're the heirs, but we're just letting everybody take our shit and do what they want to do.
No, look at the Yolanda Sanders comment. That's what I'm talking about. It's under Moon. It's under Moonfrey.
Okay, I got it. The American heiress is just starting to get people together.
Who's that? You know who that is?
I don't know who.
American heiress. Where is she located, and who is that? I got to. So really, there's nobody else. Windwalker, Deep South Cherokee, Kitawa. What is he saying with the Deep South Cherokee Kitawa?
The American heiress is doing things offline. I mean, that's good. I mean,
Who is that, and where is she located? Because we need to get. I'm trying to find out who's doing real things and what. Anyway, so that's the point. I mean, the point is that if you actually really want to get things done, if you actually want to put in work, it's a lot of work to do to really make anything out of being indigenous. If you're just doing it for a hobby, then I guess you're just doing it for a hobby. But you really should be trying to make a difference in your lives and the future generations. And if you want to make a difference in your lives and the future generations, then you got to put in work and you got to start organizing and getting things together. And we got to find people who are about doing what's real and getting it done, like in real time. Anybody else got anybody? I guess not. Go ahead.
So it's gonna have to be us ourselves to do it, because in doing that, somebody's watching, because Babylon is falling down. You can you see, and with all these different factions over here, they're all going to try to gang up and attack the most vulnerable one. And I definitely agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is, I think we're going to have to do it state by state. I mean, that's the main. We're going to have to do it locally. And,
somebody, Copper India said she's trying to organize it. You know, I'm in Virginia, right? You know, the Accomacs are in Virginia, right in South Northampton. So, I mean, that's what I mean. If there's no sense of people that are wanting to do work not knowing about each other.
Right.
I'm organizing people who are from Northampton, Southampton, and Accomac. And, if you want to organize in the Hamptons and North Carolina, then you should be talking to me. There's no sense in people not actually working together and getting things done. That's what I mean about it. We have to connect the dots. We have to connect the right people with together so we can actually make this thing work. No, you're talking about She talking about Miss Bethy or Miss Betty Smith? Who were they talking about?
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting the ones on the screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me see what you got on the screen. They are burial grounds that have been deserted, Bertie County. Okay. So land is being auctioned and sold off. Well, I mean, that's why people need to get they also be in contact with their ancestors and their patents and their actual like court records and their wills and their lineage and look at that because that's land that belongs to you. They're giving it out.
Did you hear what she said?
She said she's near Southampton. Southamptons are Accomack Indians, you know. And you want to organize in the Greensville area. Okay. Well, I mean, the thing about it, like I said, people don't need to be doing recreating the wheel and doing all kinds of extra stuff. So it should be that we have like consistency, like and umbrella ways of people to organize, unless you just, have a particular people that you're trying to like with the Acamats, we actually are actual people that have the history and want to just maintain that. You know what I mean? But as an umbrella people, it should be like the whole Virginia, and Virginia could actually extend all the way to Florida if we really wanted it to. Because that's the way it used to be. It used to be all the way to Florida. That was Virginia, and then Florida all the way to daggone Louisiana. So and so forth. But we just need real people that's really willing to do real work and put that daggone talk to work, actually do the thing. But you can reach me at acamac.org. Could you put that on there and I don't know,
Yeah,
I don't think I can put anything in the chat. I don't know. I haven't been
yeah,
looking
you
for it.
can.
Well, where is my chat bar? Where's my bar to put
Okay,
stuff in?
okay, spell it.
Well, Acamac,
Yeah.
ACCAWMACKE
C
dot CKE .org. That takes you to our website that you send me a message. It goes right like a message flashes to me in my mail and I can email you right back.
So this is how you organize people. If your people, like the sister said, they selling your land.
All right.
Right in your face. So this is why we have to identify and tie ourselves back to the land. You're gonna have to get
Right.
you're gonna have to get your hands dirty, cuz.
Right. And we want to make sure that also people all like using the same kind of means of getting things together. I don't know, like there's Kusa, and I don't know, nobody's mentioned that, but Kusa is organizing and doing stuff. But at the same time, we need to kind of all be like kind of having some kind of coordination. I don't like it because the thing is that's how they get you. When one person's doing this thing and they off in the corner, then they compromise you. So then what happens is, oh, the Acamax get their stuff, and then go quiet. They go they go silent because they're cool. They got everything on locked. Everything's good for them. But what about everybody else? You know, that's what happens. Okay, so you got these other people that are organizing things, but is the information being shared? And how about the people who don't have like a clear cut road to a certain people that is and have the wherewithal to daggone don't have the wherewithal to kind of like recreate that whole nation? Like that's a lot of work. So I mean, everybody's not gonna be up for that kind of work, but everybody does need to, get themselves out of this condition that we're in. So that's why I said some people that are ready to work it, we need to get to work and get some things done. If I could have some people to help, I can help you, try to get that done, So I there just needs to be some real people with some real determination.
Gotta want to win, y'all. Gotta want to win.
Right, exactly. So just like the people that are interested, y'all can hit me up on at acamag.org. Talk about just say, what should they say? What word should they say that's gonna make me know what they're talking about? Just say unity. Just hit up unity in there, and and the subject or whatever, or at the beginning or whatever of the comment, and I'll know that that's what you're coming for, because people email me all kinds of stuff. So, I want to know that it's a person that's actually looking to kind of work on some things as far as getting people protected and respected. Yeah, they can be adopted in, but that doesn't work. That doesn't work either, because okay, so there's how many you only people only named two other people, two other people that are actually doing three, maybe two other real actual. So you can it's first of all, certain people, even if they get some stuff, they're not going to be adopting a whole lot of people. Two Hawks, is he going to be adopting a whole bunch of people? No. So is Tavis and his people, they adopted a whole bunch of people? No. So I mean, you can be adopted, but that how you know what I mean? Yeah, in theory, the Acamax, are we gonna be adopting a whole bunch of people? No, we're not. We're not. But what we are gonna do is we're going to definitely try to help to make an umbrella. We want to organize an umbrella where the indigenous people have their own umbrella nation that everybody can be can organize under. That's what we need to do. We need to organize as an umbrella nation of people.
And it's simple to find the people, just see what they're doing.
Right.
Because a lot of these Indians, they talk. And
Right.
and in order to get the people, you're going to have to be building something, doing something, because that's what people, rate you by. What do you do?
Right.
When they see us doing the things that we know how to do, because I think we have an.
Dan Calloway's not doing any real work for anything. As much money as he makes, he does not do anything. He hasn't had any kind of functions or anything. So no, Dane Calloway. Phoenix Moon is doing things. She does have her Grandma Killer's tour. She's already involved with the Acamax Summit. So, yeah, she would definitely be somebody there who would be you know, a resource for building.
Yeah.
But Dan Calloway tries to really stay apart from other people that are like doing stuff. He just tries to be like the movie star of the indigenous. Not to be, but it is what it is. So,
Yeah. Well,
who are Windwalker confederacies? What's he talking about?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Windwalker, what you talking about with the Windwalker confederacies?
You can't be self-governed without first organizing yourself in a way that you're protected. If everybody willy-nilly is trying to self-govern themselves and fix their straw man like a Moor, it ain't gonna work for being Indian. Because being Indian, you have to connect yourself to the land. You have to connect yourself to the people some kind of way. You gotta connect yourself to genealogy. So how are you going to do that? Miss Luke, what's it, Miss Luwak from Luwak Thrower. I can't with these names, but yeah, yeah. In order to be self-governed and do it in a way, see, you have to understand the process, and the process is very complicated. It really is like you're really reestablishing everything for yourself, like you're remaking everything, and it's all about like a lot of communication and a lot of daggone, uh, reclaiming. And you do it as a single person, you just out there willy nilly. Is it going to work for you? Maybe, maybe not. But if you do it as a large mass of people, yeah, got some weight there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to talk to you. That yeah, Tasha, she's been involved with um Chief Warhorse, definitely. That's definitely good. Yeah, Chief Warhorse, definitely. Like I said, she could be over the whole, like everything um from Florida to all the way to Louisiana. Chief Warhorse also definitely a very good resource. Of course, Tasha Wood. Tasha's been going to the summit since year one. She's been working with the Acamax from year one, so definitely Tasha C would do it. That's what else. That I know about Iroquois Confederacy. It was a few tribes, Great Confederacy. Right. Like I said, what we have going on here is not going to be like that. It's going to have to be something new because we're in a new situation. And like I said, everybody doesn't have a tribe per se to organize under. You know, it would be okay like if all y'all had the same situation as Chief Warhorse, myself, and Two Hawks. Everybody doesn't have that scenario in their genealogy. So that's what I'm saying is that for you all that don't have that scenario, who have like 4 different places that you might be, or even more identities that you could fall under as far as being indigenous, you have to find a place too, right? Unless you're just doing it for the kicks. I don't know. But if you're actually doing it for the real, then just trying to do some real stuff.
Well, Lisa, I want to thank you for coming on again for this Friday night. Glad you're not at the club.
Right? I will be going to the club directly after this is over. Somebody has a stool, they're holding a stool for me at the bar.
Hey, can you just give out your information one more time?
Oh yeah. It's Acamac, ACCAWMACKE.org. That goes directly to that's the website. Goes directly if you contact me or do the how you can help comments. That'll go directly to my email. It's the best way to reach me. Yeah, Johnny Aborigine, he's doing real things here in Atlanta. Johnny Aborigine is doing. Oh no, sorry, he's in New Orleans. Johnny really does the real does he helps with the No Grandma Killers tour, but Chief Callie's doing some real things here in Atlanta, so he's doing real work, and so is Bones. Let's see, my grand.
So all these people that you're naming, these are resources for you guys.
Right. This is also like how you need to kind of like, yeah, Two Hawks from Fana. Yeah, Two Hawks from Fana. They definitely they've organized and definitely a resource. Legendary Top Cat. Yeah, he's definitely doing a lot. He's on a lot on. He's on Clubhouse all the time. Yeah.
Well, Lisa, thank you for joining us
Yeah.
tonight. And to the chat, I wish you a good evening, and check us out Wednesday night. We having a sister. Now, this sister, her parents raised her to be a vegan. When she got 29, they wanted to take her breast. She gonna drop everything on this vegan diet, all this bullshit meat that they making, and all this. You know, you're basically eating dogs. Dog food has more nutrition for a dog than the food you're being served. When I heard that, I was like, "What?" Oh, so Sunday night, around 7, 8ish sometimes. Check this sister out. She gonna change the whole way you look at food. So until then, we'll see you next time. Peace.